Okay, welcome, Tessa.
Thank you.
Today I would like to introduce you, my friend Tessa. Can you maybe tell us a little bit where you come from and a little bit of yourself?
Yes, of course. I know Andres now for 2 years, and I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm a skin therapist, and he asked me for a podcast, so that's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, today we are gonna talk about the topic that many women have a lot of silence and a lot to say, but like also a lot of fear to share because it's a quite complicated topic, and it's a topic that many women are suffering right now. I would like to invite all the women that are watching this video to listen very well to Tessa because she has something to say that's your experience, and it's something that you don't have to feel ashamed. And yeah, you really have to like work on first accept it, and then
Yeah,
maybe work on it. So maybe can you share with
exactly.
us your experience and what we are gonna talk about?
Yes, we're going to talk about sex, but not only sex, about vaginismus, and it's yeah exactly what you're saying. It's kind of like a taboo, and a lot of women talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I wanted to do it because also in yeah a lot of friends, close friends to me, also have it, and first when I spoke about it, they was like, oh
They now have it.
yeah
Okay.
yeah, so they were like, oh thank God I'm not the only one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just breaking a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just to be specific, we are talking about vaginismus, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And how can you just tell us how was your experience about it, and how did it affected you on your relationship?
Well, it affects it a lot because as a woman, you feel like guilty through your partner that you can give sex, just
Mm-hmm.
like a little failure, and it's very hard because you really want to have sex and you're
Mm-hmm.
not able to can give
Mm-hmm.
it
Okay,
to the other
just
one.
like for example, people who like me that we don't
Yeah.
really understand
Hmm.
this how it works. So when you experience this, you have the desire of sex, but there is
Yes.
something that is blocking you,
Yeah.
and then your vagina is not really like letting you
It's not
experience.
letting. Yes, it's
Okay,
literally closed, and if you're able to do it, it feels like yeah they're
like a
putting knives,
knife.
yeah, with a knife, yeah, exactly
It
like
might
that.
be very painful.
It's very painful,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Then it's for me it was like torture, and if you would ask me 4 years ago then how sex was for me and how important it was, like nothing. I
It
didn't
changed your
want it,
life.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. And can you maybe tell me how it comes from this?
Yes, I in my teenager I was like 15 or 16. I had a very bad experience with it with a guy. I had a crush on him, and he took advantage of that.
Okay.
So
You
it
were
was
virgin, I guess. Okay.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So after that, when it happened, it was like okay, actually, it was raping, and on that time,
Oh.
yeah, he gave me like I didn't know what it was. For I said, yeah, I give you something, yeah, you can relax, and I don't know, I took it. I was I
He
was
gave
naive.
you like a drug or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, then you have a little
Wow.
tension off, and yeah, then he took advantage of that, and then later was like, okay, fuck, what actually happened? And I never thought about it, never talked about it, and but the years after that, it affected me in life, everything. It's just how I, yeah, how we're communicating with
It
people.
creates a lot of insecurity in your
Yes, yes,
romantic life.
insecure, yeah, in everything, just eye contact, everything, how I was wearing my clothes, everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Okay, and so right after having this experience, you started feeling this vaginismus, right?
Yeah, first I didn't notice it, but because yeah, I felt like okay,
You thought that was normal to have
yeah,
pain.
yeah, it was normal. But after that, it was like okay, this is not normal, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I really want to do something about it. So I went to many doctors, and they said, yeah, you have to go to a physiotherapist who are specialized in the pelvic, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you have to do you can relax them, and
Mm-hmm.
every crazy therapy
Yeah,
where you can
this is
imagine.
like a little bit conflictive. I am a physiotherapist myself, and yeah, to be honest, this is something new. I never hear like I
Yeah.
didn't. It wasn't in my studies, and I come from a place where physiotherapy is like on the top of the world, and Yeah, it sounds like a little bit like conflicted.
It was. So I already told the physician, like, I think it doesn't gonna help me. He said, no, you have to do it, and after that, if it doesn't work, we're gonna look further what you're gonna do, and then psychology, everything. I tried literally everything, just
Mm-hmm.
shocking therapy there, and yeah, to
Shocking therapy.
yeah,
Like as electrostimulation.
yeah, like
But
that.
it was with needles or.
Yeah, they put then something inside, and then it's
Oh
with a
my god,
wire.
that
Yeah,
sounds terrible. Like
it's
sounds like from the medieval or something like
yeah,
that, like torture machine.
it actually is. I
Wow.
really don't know who invented it, but
Wow.
yeah,
That might be very painful, right?
yeah, it is. And I said no, that it's like that it relaxes your muscles and you learn to relax.
Wow.
And yeah, it was crazy.
That's really terrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so then after you had this experience with this guy, you had a relationship with this guy, or
Yeah, I had, but later it was done. I didn't see him never
okay,
anymore.
so it was like a
Yeah.
short time.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, well, then you start experiencing this vaginismus and trying therapy, and yeah, I guess it should be like really difficult to communicate with your
Yeah.
partners, and yeah, like how do you do like to tell your parents without feeling ashamed of like the situation that you experienced? Because I guess you didn't share the experience you
Yeah,
had
it
with
was
anyone
very
until you were ready, I guess.
yeah, it's very difficult to tell every time, like, okay, I'm not ready. And the thing is, you never know when you are ready because you already tried so many things, and eventually it affects your relationship because yeah, men eventually want penetration sex, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you have other things to do, but yeah, it's not the real sex. And for me as a woman, I also wanted it very much.
Mm-hmm. But also
But
can fuck you up very much.
yeah, very much.
Mentally,
Yeah,
especially.
mentally, yeah, it was like a total package.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear this. Like,
yeah,
it must be very shocking, like to like continually like, trying to having to have to explain everything,
yeah,
and yeah, I guess not having the words or the way to explain yourself, and then this probably affects a lot to the person with who you are,
yes,
and getting frustrated and maybe getting insecure and
yeah.
having a lot of conflicts, right?
I love conflicts. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and right after you had this experience, how many relationships you had?
I had 4 or 5 relationships,
Four,
and
five
yeah,
afters, and
yeah,
during these 4, 5 relationships, you were with the vaginismus.
yes, all the time.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow.
yeah,
So you suffer a lot of this relationship, like
yeah. Actually,
pain, I
yeah,
guess, and
yeah,
also mentally.
yeah. Both
Okay.
sides.
And
Yeah.
how could you like how did you solve it?
How did I solve it? Well, eventually I googled every shit out of me, and I was like, okay, there has to be something what could help me because I know it was not only the muscles, of course they give a responding because
Mhm.
what a lot of people don't talk about it's in your head, of course, uh, but traumatizing, it's in your stored in your body, in your muscles, in your cells, in
Mhm.
everything. And when something similar happens, your body is responding to that, even when it's not threatening. And then every time that is going on and on and on, but nobody talks about that. And how can you come to your subconscious to
Mhm.
solve it?
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I got to do something. I tried everything, and eventually I went to Belgium, and I talked to her, and she said, "Yeah, well, let's see if I can help you because it's this what you want to do. It's not a solution for every woman.
Mhm.
I'm talking about Botox. Normally,
Okay.
they put it
But
in
this
your
is like a
face.
kind of like an alternative
Yeah,
medicine, or it's like
it is.
okay,
Yeah, because in here in the Netherlands, you
okay,
almost don't see it. It's a lot of treated in success in UK and USA. They
okay,
do it a lot, but not in here. So that's why I went to Belgium,
okay.
and they do it in the inside of your vagina, just only 4 injections with a little bit Botox, with the smallest amount.
That sounds
To
very painful.
it was a little bit, but I was in my head. I was like, okay, I already had a lot of pain there, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was
This is the list of your
it
problems.
was the less of my problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's takes before it works. It takes time,
Mm-hmm.
and then after 2 weeks, I'm gonna felt myself like, okay, the tension was gone.
You were trying by yourself, like.
Yeah, the tension was gone, and in my head it was like, okay, I got more confidence in my body, not just being afraid anymore, just
Mhm.
no fear, and then it was gone. Only
Okay.
one treatment, and then after that I worked on myself, inner and outer work,
Okay.
just more confidence, being like confidence in my body, in myself, in my appearance, in also in communication.
Yeah, building up
Yeah,
communication with your
yes,
future partners, or were you
yeah.
with someone, or already with when you trade
After that,
this?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. How was the communication? I guess it was a huge change.
Yeah, it was a huge change. It was
Uh-huh.
like 180 degrees. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And how would you recommend to communicate this to the women who are experiencing
Yeah,
this situation?
that's very hard because yeah, when you're just in a relationship, when you're very close, of course you have to do it, but eventually, yeah, you have to say like, I want to, I want to talk to you, and it's something very hard for me, but the experience on sex, it was not good for me, and I'm not yet able to do it, but yeah, maybe you can do like a project in together that you involve also your partner in it
Mm-hmm.
to get there, because for
Mm-hmm.
every woman it's different. You can do different therapies and look what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's actually like a really good tip. Like,
Yeah.
how would you like then recommend the partner, the man, like to react on these situations and like how to proceed on this process of healing?
Yeah, that for me personally it would work. Yeah,
No, but I
absolutely.
mean, like, how would you like
How?
recommend a man like who is like having also like this experience with a woman with
Hmm.
vaginismus, and like, how would you like to like be treated? Like, how
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, especially the number one is then communication, of course, and if you want to try like
For the woman's side.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for the woman, then you can, if you want to be intimate, then you can try first, maybe one finger, and then eventually two.
Mm-hmm.
Every time step by
Building up.
step. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay.
building up.
But what I mean is like I'm talking about like more about communication in terms of like the proper exercise, like the physical exercise to like work on the vaginismus. I'm talking about like because I guess like there are many men that are like super frustrated because they
Yeah,
cannot understand how this works, and of course it's frustrating because it's like something like it's in your mind, it's psychological, so you have to work very much on this. Like I mean a woman, and yeah, you can love very much me as a man. I
yeah,
can love you very much, but also I have my needs, you know. So like
yeah.
I will get very frustrated if I cannot like have my needs met in this way, you know,
That's the thing.
as
That's
also
the thing.
being.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you can have like, yeah, have an agreement with each other. If
Mhm.
that's about building up a long time for not having sex, maybe you can say, look, involving another one. You have
Okay,
like
like
maybe an open
search
relationship
for
or
some help.
something. Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Or like maybe another alternative sex also,
yeah,
like for
yeah, yeah.
example anal
You
or
can do,
oral
yeah,
sex
everything.
also.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And if you maybe in an open relationship, of course you can
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
do
mm-hmm.
another
So,
that.
what
But
you recommend, like people who is like couples that are experiencing this situation, like to open up the relationship? Do you think that that will give the woman the security to like fix their vaginismus? Because I
um,
think like it's a little bit like conflicted
that's
also.
conflicted, but it depends on what kind of relationship you
Yeah,
are. But
yeah.
of course, alternate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
doesn't. I think like maybe not. Maybe it's me. I'm talking out of knowledge,
Hmm.
so I'm just analyzing what you're telling me, and I think like to maybe recommend this can be like counterproducent, you know, because
Hmm.
a woman who is experiencing this is already very insecure and having a big conflict, internal conflict. So maybe like to invite other person can make more security, or you think that
Yeah,
this mass is more like about the person.
yeah. I think it depends, but yeah, what you're saying, that's true.
Hmm.
It really can, but maybe it also can help that you can see it's another woman, and that maybe the other person can help
Hmm.
to it. It's yeah, it
Yeah.
can be different for
Okay.
everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a beautiful thought
Mhm.
because like not many people is as gentle and nice as you know. So I just want to like point the people who is like really like struggling very much, and of course like to have an open relationship as a couple is it's already difficult. So
Yes.
if you
Hmm.
have like an open relationship, having this kind of traumatic experiences and also physical repercussions
Yes.
for
Hmm.
the actions that you experience, yeah, there might be even like a class of difficulty, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, and analyzing all this, I would like say like to all men, like just like maybe like I think that it's better to try to communicate more to the
Yeah.
woman instead of not like only the one way, like only a woman having to do all the job. Also, men, I think like have to take the responsibility if you love your partner to say like, hey, listen, honey, okay, this is happening, and like be curious also and say like, okay, I want to make a little research about how works vaginismus, and I want to support you, and yeah, I want to solve it together instead of like just like letting your animal inside to
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
crazy and get frustrated, you know, because like it can be something really positive, and it can be something that you can like come closer to each other if you work
Yes.
together.
Absolutely.
And yeah, like also the process of healing could be like even more faster, I guess. I don't know, I'm just
Absolutely.
talking out
Yes. No.
of
No.
knowledge,
That's
but
true. Absolutely.
I just
Yeah.
know about communication, and I think
Yeah.
like
You
this
can
way
get more closer to each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also like to
Absolutely.
help in the process of healing vaginismus, right? Because
Yes. It
as
really
a,
helps.
a
Yeah.
traumatic issue that it is a vaginismus, and the most important is to have support and to feel understood, right? Because
Absolutely.
if you feel like okay, my mind is getting frustrated, but yeah, I want to do anything without I mean forgetting about yourself,
Yeah.
just caring about the man, then you're just like doing the opposite way, and you're gonna get more
Yeah.
frustrated, and to heal is gonna be like a longer process, I guess, right?
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah, okay, let's take it.
Yeah.